Welcome back, everybody. We've got another match from Saturday's Destination 8-Ball team, the Mules. This one's going to be featuring me. I have recently gotten up to skill level 4, about halfway through the session here, and managed to maintain skill level 4. The Intimidators is the team we're playing against. D, skill level 3 from that team, going up against me. So we're going to have a 3-2 race. We both overhit that lag, but I managed to not overhit it as much as G did. For those wondering about the jersey I'm wearing, that is from the team I used to play on in Polk County, Slow Your Roll. We did manage to go to Vegas this past summer. We did not get very far, unfortunately, while we were in Vegas, but we did get to go. It's the only jersey I've gotten from a team so far, so I wear it when I can. Been working on my break. I usually do a fairly good job of breaking, most of the time getting at least one ball in. This time I come up dry. The solids look like a good set here to go with. A little less issues with them. Not that there's any real great issues with either, it looks like, other than this guy right here and that one that's now right up against the 8-ball. That's a little bit close to the rail. So, solids definitely a good pick for D. Been trying to keep down on the ball a lot better when I take my shots as well. I have a tendency to lift the stick, uh, thankfully right after contact, but definitely not something I should be doing. LD kind of fires away there. Didn't really have much to shoot at. The only thing I really got to shoot at here is, of course, this ball right here into the side. I believe I go with a little bit of follow on that so I can try and bump into something else, but the only thing I bumped into was the 8-ball. And there, all I managed to do was move some things around. Did get the cluster broken up a little bit, at least. Left D with a shot here on the 2-ball, or on the 1-ball. Bit of a tough cut, but give it her all. And now I start coming together at least a little bit with my shot. I was really hoping to get right up here with that cue ball for a shot on the 9. Didn't quite get far enough with it. Yeah, D just about put 2 in for the price of 1 there. Played against D a couple times now. She is she's a good 3. She really is. Uh, Good instincts, makes good choices when it comes to her shots. And she's straight up a nice person to play against. As we were getting started, I had to let her know I had gone up to a 4, and her response to that was, well, let's see what we can do about knocking you back down to being a 3. Which I said, hey, that's the right attitude. Let's go for it. So she's a good opponent. And good scratch on my part. This was definitely not my best rack at the table that day. Trying to get at least somewhere back in here so I would have the shot on the 14 or the 10 to work with off of the 9. He's lining up on the 4 ball there. Problem she's going to have is, oh, she missed it. Thankfully, she didn't tip that cue ball. Problem she's going to have is getting a good shot on the 6. And she gets it off that rail. I've got an awful lot of work cut out for me here on this table. I still got 5 balls before I get to the 8. And it looks like I'm going to try and do the rail shot on the 14. At least I've got space between the cue ball and the 6. Not giving D a good shot here. D makes a really good attempt to get that 6 into the corner pocket there with that bank shot. Honestly, think I ought to be going for the 11 there and trying to get it up into the corner. Would have been a better option for me than trying to do the 10 over to the side. 10 to the side should have been an easy shot, and I should have gotten it, but did not. And D overcuts the 6 ball a bit. Well, I finally put in the 9. Didn't give myself much of a shot here. I don't think I really thought through where I was going after the 9. There's not really enough room to get by the 6 to the corner, so what I'm attempting to do here is put that right up against the 6, and unfortunately, I hit that too hard. Put the 14 down on the short rail and left D with a shot on the 6 into the corner. Yeah. She bounces the 14 out and into the way for the 8 ball, which is good luck for me, bad luck for her. like she's going to try and kick at it. Kind of hazardous there. And she must have put a little bit of right on it for it to flatten out the way it did. If she would have hit that center ball, it probably would have hit the 8. And here, once again, I should be making better choices. This isn't bad as far as things go, but I need to leave the cue ball in a position in which I have a great shot on the 14, make that have been worth what I did. Unfortunately, I did not. 15 is not in a good position to go into the side in any way. And so I wind up leaving shape on the 8 into the corner for D. And she goes ahead and puts it in, which puts D on the hill. And me racking up. Yeah, that must have been a little bit loose on that rack. It didn't spread apart very well. Left us a cluster there in the center. And I'm going to go ahead and go with solids because that's just the easiest thing to get at. And neither one is in really great shape here as far as things go. I was hoping for that to come back and bounce into the rack, but break it up a little bit more. Did not work. So I've got solids. He's going to go with stripes this time around. He just doesn't quite have the angle on that 10. Doesn't leave me with much to shoot at once again. Let's see if I can try and make something happen here. Go ahead and go for breaking things up more. And instead of hitting what I expected to, I hit the 11 ball. So ball in hand to D. Not sure why she goes for the combo here. I would have tried that 15 ball down to the corner with that same ball in hand. And then I, of course, turn around and I set up a combo and scratch. Ball in hand, gets the 11 into the side, but ties up the 9 and the 15 together, just makes a cluster out of it. Tries to bank that 12 back into the side pocket, nearly makes it. That was a good shot. The 7 into the corner. Don't leave myself. Unfortunately, came back and rested up against the 14 and was hoping either the 14 would bounce more than that. And I would have a nice clean shot on the 6. I did not, but managed to move the 6 out and put the cue ball right back on the 14 again. All right. Well, I've got a nice easy layup here on the 2 ball. Need to come around the 14 there for a good shot on the 6. I managed to do that. Don't have a lot planned past this, though. Yeah, I do wind up with uh, an angle where I can see the 5 ball, not one which I can put it anywhere. Well, he bumped the 915, but didn't get any real separation out of those two. Oh, that's looking like a scratch. Yep, there we are. Well, I've got two issues now. I've got I could take the shot on the 3 and put it into this corner here, but that's not going to get me anywhere back here for the 5. If I take the shot on the 5, I just got to try and come down this way, hopefully wind up somewhere in here for the shot on the 3. And I don't get that angle, and park the cue ball on the opposite side of the 8 from the 3. So no good with that. The odds of me actually hitting this 3 are very slim. I'm going to give it my best shot. Just too much traffic in this area here for me to get any kind of a good kick shot on it. I think my final thought was to try and come down in here, go 2 rails, and come back at it. Well, actually, I try and go through the window right here. And I missed. Ball in hand to D. My shot of choice right now would be this combo into the corner, just to clean that area up of to the table. I'm going to leave that alone for a bit, it looks like. Another good job of denying me a shot, although the window now is much easier for me to hit the side of that 3 ball. So I'm going to go for it again. This time I get to move it. Barely in the clear there. Be able to get at that from a couple of different directions. And he's going to go ahead for the combo finally. Well, I want to wind up somewhere over here for my shot on the 8. So trying to shoot this. Looks like I'm going for here. Yep. I wind up about where I want with the cue ball. I do not get in the 3 though, so that's useless. And once again, I've got stuff in the way between me and the three ball. I have to take a kick shot at it this time, I believe. And I grazed the 8 ball on my way. So once more, giving ball in hand to D. I think if I were to choose, I'd go here with the stop shot. Give me this all the way up with another stop shot there. And then that one up that way. All right. Now that we have all of the stripes surrounding the 8 ball, I need to wind up over here in order to get a good shot on that into the corner. Well, 3 ball doesn't quite make it back into the corner there. The way it was coming off the rail, it wouldn't have gone in anyway, but gave it my best. And he puts it in for me. And lands the cue ball about where I wanted to be. I was hoping for more like here, but that angle is likely to get me right in here the way I want to. I get a timeout from my teammate. Very short timeout. He just mostly advised me to just take my time when I was aiming on this one. And I put it away. Oh, I finally get myself on the scoreboard. Tie that up 1-1. D's still on the hill though, so I've got 2 left to go. A nice spread on the break. And I managed to get one in. I'll be shooting for stripes this time out. Don't have a lot of good options for a second shot here, unfortunately. I might be able to cut this into the side pockets. Looks like a 12 ball. I must have got one of each. This has been a couple of weeks since this match, so I'm trying to remember what I went with here. Yep, one of each, which means we still have an open table. And he goes for the 9, doesn't make it. I decided the 6 was my ball of choice for this time out. Managed to get it in the side. Got a decent line on the 1 up into the corner. This is the ball that's going to give me trouble. 7 ball is clustered up. I don't make the one into the corner, but I go ahead and leave D a nice shot on the 14 end of the corner. Oh, and it rattles. Rattles in the pocket. Haven't had that much of that this match, thankfully. It's annoying after a while. Did not take my time on that shot. Yeah, chasing things around a little bit. Got a number of shots here I can make. Easy of which is the two ball up in here to the side. It does make things go a little bit wild. Moves the 8. I might be able to combo this 1-7 into the corner now. So I'm going to give that a shot. Does not go. Gets the 7 out of there. But I tie the 1 up with the 8. You clear out a cluster only to create another cluster. Have you done any good? Depends on who you make the cluster for. If you make it for yourself, that's a no. Make a cluster for your opponent. Yeah, that's not bad. And I have no real shot on anything but the 1 ball, which I don't really want to touch at this point. Basically because of the risk of putting the 8 into the corner. But I take my shot and push the 8 up to the short rail with it. Mostly defensive there. Wanted to get the 1 away from the 8. Wanted to put the 8 out of danger. He's going to line up on the 13 for the side. Doesn't quite get the angle. And the 13's kind of in the way now for me for the 7 up into the corner. Might be able to get the 5 ball to go up this way. Yep. And didn't put the 3 in too bad of a spot. Came around, got myself shape on the 7. Come up off the short rail, come back down. Nope. Just about stop shot at that. Ideally, I should have come up and come back down. Probably better chance of getting onto something else. I think I can hit the 3, but that's about it with it. I'm liking where things are now on the table as far as solids go, though. Another one is tied up. They're both close to a pocket. Got a little bit of traffic with the 15 ball and the 1 there, but not bad. You should go for this one right here. Nice shot. She might be able to skate this 11 by the 1 ball, but she's going to go for the 13 into the side. And not quite. Got a line now on the 3 into the corner. If I hit this right, I ought to be able to bounce out towards center table and give myself at least a good view. I overhit that by a lot. Managed to catch a sliver of the 1 ball though, but also put a ball in for D and left her shape on 3 out of the 4 of her balls on the table. Oh, she's got the 13 put away. She's going to go for the 14 now. I have to bounce back down table for the 11. Yeah, it'll go past the 1 into the corner here. And she tries to cut that into the side. Or either that or she was just going strictly defense to put the cue ball exactly where she put it, which makes a lot of sense. My best option here right now is to actually put the cue ball legally somewhere up here, so her shot has to be towards the 8, giving her the possibility of putting the 8 in early. I completely missed. That's going to be ball in hand for D. And she's going to line up to go defensive again, unless she's going to try and put the 11 in past the 8. Honestly, defensive shot right now is really about perfect. No, she doesn't quite get the 11 in past the 8. She kind of jams it in there with it. And now I've got to try and bank this 1 ball into the side if I can. And I'm getting a timeout. I believe Rudy's actually advising me to go for a defensive shot. I got a nice legal hit, and just like I wanted, the only option he has puts the 8 in jeopardy. Gonna go for it though. And great job putting that 9 ball right in my way. Really good shot. I think I can see the side of it. Go for a kick. Once again, putting things so that these options are to shoot into this direction. You can see the side of the 9 ball, but it's going to put it heading towards the 8 ball. And finally, I've got a shot that'll put this 1 ball in the side pocket and leave me with an angle to put away the 8. And I put a little too much follow on it. I can still see the side of the 8 here. I've just got to force it into the pocket past the 11. Go ahead and mark that up. I would have been better off with the cue ball back over here somewhere. But I managed it. Now, it was headed, the cue ball was headed for the pocket there. You let it roll. You do not touch that cue ball until it comes to a complete and total stop in those kind of situations. Had enough momentum to go, if it had enough momentum to go into the pocket, I would have lost the rack. I would have lost the rack, rightfully so. I've seen people get very, very hot under the collar if someone grabs the cue ball before it comes to a stop on these kind of things. Let it roll. And it looks like a dry break. Both hill. We are hill now. So this is the last rack of this match. Oh, does not put the 2 in. I'll leave it there for me as a pocket hanger. Solids actually looks pretty good for what for a choice right now. Like, once again, neither of them looks overly terrible. This cluster is kind of the worst thing on the table. I believe I've got room to shoot at 3 if I want here. I could also choose to just go ahead and break up the cluster. I'm going to go ahead and go for the 3. I get the 2 first. No, excuse me, that's the 4 ball. Oh, he leaves me sitting up against the 3. Can't really see much here except for the 5, and since that needs to get broken up, I will miscue. Yeah, it was one of those moments. That's like I said, do that whole pulling the stick up. Why you need to stay down. I could have had that broken up. And really, the best thing for me to do right here is to go ahead and break it up. Just kind of get that in. I have got a line on that 4 into the corner though, so I go for it. Don't get it. It rattles in the pocket. And D goes ahead and puts one of the balls of the cluster in, but replaces it with 10. And then scratches. So take it in my head now that it is the right time to break this up. And my teammate decides to give me a little advice. We go for a timeout. I like to think of myself as a very coachable person. I've had to tell a number of people that I am not going to get mad at you for calling a timeout on me. I see a lot of players get pretty irate over timeouts. You're calling this at the wrong time. You should call timeout on me. It doesn't do any good to argue about it. Once the timeout has been called, it goes down on the paper. The player does not get to say no to a timeout. So arguing is useless. Talk about it after. Not at the table. Let it be. Trying to make up my mind what makes a good shot here. Don't have a lot of good options. Go for the 1-7 combo because I could see it. My other option, of course, was the 3 is a bank shot. I am still of the opinion that my bank shots are not definitely one of my strongest things. So I will most of the time take just about anything but unless I'm pretty sure of that bank shot. He gets the 10 in and the 4. So it does me a favor. Breaks up everything around the 8 ball. Puts more in the way of me getting his stuff in the corner, though. Got a nice clean shot on the 3. I can do it with follow. I can hopefully get back down to this end of the table and have myself a line on the 1. I do not give it enough oomph. Runs out of gas. I do have a window, though, to still get between the 11 and the 12 and hit the 1. I would have rather been further down table. Go for the 5. Well, that cluster's in better shape for me, at least. Yeah. He just about gets 15 into the corner when she was trying for the side. I've got a decent line on the 5 into the corner. Just have to stretch on over the table or use a bridge. This is one of the times that I will opt for a bridge. I've got long arms. I can reach a long way down the table. Trying to reach a long way down the table at an awkward angle over another ball is not one of the times I will go without a bridge. Oh, rattles in the pocket. Thankfully, I don't leave any real great shots for D. But I've got everything lined up. If I get right about here, I could do a fantastic 3-ball combo. Rather not. I'm going to go for a rail first into the 5 down here. And I hit the 9. Getting closer and closer to putting something in the corner there. Ball in hand. D goes for the 15 all the way up that end of the table. Your next shot really ought to be the 11 down into this corner here. Just a touch of follow. Way more follow than she needs on that. It's going to leave me an opportunity to do a 7-5 combo here. Just got to make sure not to overhit these. I have a tendency to overhit things. I'm a big guy. Being really soft on my shots is not the easiest thing in the world for me, but I managed it with the 7 to give myself perfect shape on the 1. A little bit of follow, give me a line on the 8 ball into the side. I just got to execute that. And I do. That will give me the win this time around. I get to 3 before D can get to 2. I had to come from behind to do it. That's going to make the match points 5 for the Mules, 3 for the Intimidators. We got a couple matches left from this Saturday that I'm going to be able to put up here in the next few days. So thanks for watching up until this point. please give us a like and subscribe. We're really trying to grow the channel. It really helps if you make some comments if you can. Give us a like. Help the algorithm so we can grow. And have some fun out there. Hope to see you in a pool hall soon.